I pledge my love for you, 'cause I'm in love with you.
How can two persons who shared one umbilical cord become so disgruntled, so uncomfortable with each other, such that they are ready to spill every single thing to strangers, to social media people who don't even know how they started? I mean, it really, really pains the heart. It makes my heart bleed. Earlier today, just before noon, Peter wrote his brother an open letter on different platforms, right? I read it on Instagram and I've also seen it on Twitter, right? So the open letter was more like a response to Paul's interview on City FM. So I think he just felt, because I mean, it's the person that has spoken that people are carrying the narrative up and down. So he decided to come out and say his truth. And he wrote this long letter to his brother, and it's an open one. And it was a very respectful one. And in that letter, he talked about how these people, his elder brother Jude and Peter, had not accorded him the proper respect or the pride of place, you know. And believe me, we all think there's a reason for that. I mean, the genesis of that, which I will still talk about. But I want us, first of all, to go through this letter, and then when we come back, we continue. So let's start. It says, open letter to my dear brother, Paul OKOYE, a.k.a. Rude Boy. August 12, 2024. My dear brother, Paul, just like I've told you several times, I'm not in any competition with you or anybody else. However, seeing you grant countless interviews where you constantly discredit my efforts in the group that we both created and built together really speaks volumes. In your recent interviews, you claimed that you wrote and sang 99% of all Psquare songs, and discredited me by saying that our song with T.I. Ejalo, which I wrote, was a failure. You went as far as using the YouTube views to discredit me once again. You never acknowledge the other song. Every time I have spoken in interviews about Psquare, I've always used we and us because I saw us as a team. But whenever you speak, it's always I and me. Even when I'm standing right beside you, it's as if I never. My brother, neither of us is the most talented artist in the world. But you fail to understand that God gave us this talent and even granted us another chance to excel after our last breakup. Instead, you chose to turn the most awarded and decorated music group in Africa into a laughingstock again. One thing you need to understand clearly is that the fans didn't fall in love with Psquare because of who sang or danced the most. What made us special was the magic that came from our combined effort, us two. Psquare was a force, and the fans fell in love with Psquare because of our uniqueness and unity. We both have talent, no doubt, and I have often praised you in our interviews for your songwriting ability. I have also praised anyone who has ever written a song for us. Rather than joining forces with me to reclaim our number one spot in the music industry, you chose to team up with Jude to claim the number one spot in the Psquare group, always looking for opportunities to marginalize and humiliate me. You are always claiming to be Psquare's songwriter, composer, producer, singer, backup, vocalist. In fact, you are everything, including Psquare's video director, band, promoter, manager, even the choreographer. You are the author and finisher of Psquare. In fact, I dash you 100% of everything instead of the 99 you claim. I blame myself for not responding to your tweet claims in April 2015 that you wrote and sang all of Psquare songs. I didn't respond to these false claims for the sake of peace, as advised by family and friends, and now I'm paying dearly for it. So my brother, let me ask you, is Rude Boy or Mr. P bigger and more successful than Psquare today? Are we individually selling out arenas and stadiums like Psquare used to? Are we topping world music charts with our songs as solo artists? Do we Rather, do we command crowds and entertain massive audiences like Psquare? I often find myself wondering what you truly gain by constantly disrespecting and belittling me all the time. You have disrespected my wife, disrespected my family, disrespected my talent, disrespected my ideas, and even sided with Jude when he was clearly trying to oppress me. Now it feels like you have taken it even further by trying so hard to turn the fans against me by making them believe I am jealous of you. You have been doing everything for the fans to hate me, but guess what? They will never hate me. Instead, they will hate us both because we have disappointed and failed them. I hope you're happy now. I genuinely wish you nothing but the best, bro. As for those who believe these lies and false narratives and come to my page to drop negative comments, I understand because you have been fed the wrong narrative for a long time. Please allow me to focus and do my music in peace. As for the EFCC matter, I will address it before the end of today. It is well. It is actually well. This is the response to, like I said before, he was just responding to what his twin brother said on City FM. And I want to, please don't, click out. I want you to listen to that video and then, we'll conclude this video, right?
Wow.
What happened this year?
Yeah.
Now, this thing was happening like December last year.
Wow. Wow.
What happened this year? I was invited by the EFCC. A repetition against me and my other brother. And I did not expect, I never thought it would come to this part. I thought it was just music thing. Then next thing, people are telling me, what did you do? Somebody say you're going to go to jail 20 years. They're going to lock you up. What did I do? Okay, I got there. Okay, what is it? They told me everything. They've already printed all my account statement, everything, put it on the table. I explained this. First of all, what entered my mind? What if I was a bad person? I'm even doing one dubious like a Yahoo boy. I said, this guy don't just finish me. But I took it. Then they started investigation. I was there. That was the kind of question they started asking myself. I wasn't comfortable with them. I said, what is this? Then, what I knew it was a bit kind of serious was when I said, you have to get the shorty, you have to get the lawyer, you have to get this. I said,
whoa.
What?
Whoa.
Okay,
whoa.
I did everything.
Whoa.
Then, what then happened? 1 month ago, they called me, they called him, they called the other brother. Say, first of all, we have to say that after all investigation, Paul is innocent first, and Paul is cleared. Everything you accuse him of, we've done an investigation. No. And what was this thing? It's a lifestyle. I've worked so hard. I'm a very good business person. I save. So there's a difference between when you want to pay somebody and say, okay, he wants to buy this thing. How much? 200K? Take blank check. But what about I know they buy? Put that from this my account. All of a sudden, he went back to claim something and took us to almost 2006, 7. Then only for me to be excited, telling me, explain how you have 200. They gave you 200,000, did not give you, and let us start tracing it to where he bought a vehicle. And I already told him this is the reason. So now, after they told you every time the truth came out that I was innocent. What would you do if you don't? What the next thing you do? I'm sorry.
Simple.
I didn't know.
Simple. So there was no I'm sorry from your brother?
Never. So, I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying it, but because the fact that this thing is on the EFCC and is already out in the public. Otherwise, don't forget I'm still working with brands. If I don't clear it out, it will affect me.
You lose them, yeah.
So the same way you took it out there, why don't you go out now?
Stay tuned, guys, for the big one, because Peter has actually dropped the bombshell and I can't wait to bring it here. So till I come back, bye for now.